Hey y'all, Matt here from RetroOnly.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch, but more specifically, I'm going to be talking about a Nintendo Switch accessory that you need to check out and you need to buy. This is the first accessory that I ever bought for my Nintendo Switch. Before I bought any extra games, before I bought any controllers, before I did anything, I bought this one accessory and it has been the best purchase that I have ever made. Before I tell you what that accessory is, please be sure to hit that like button and then also subscribe to our channel, as it really does help us out a lot and also allows other people to see all of our videos about the Switch and about gaming in general as well. Now let's go ahead and hop into exactly what that accessory is and why I feel like it is the best purchase that I have ever made for my Nintendo Switch console. So what is this best purchase that I have ever made and this best accessory that I have ever purchased? It is this right here. This is a micro SD card. Now, before you say, roll your eyes or say, oh, you don't really need one of those for your Switch, let me explain why it's been such a great purchase. This little card I purchased off of Amazon, and it was, I think, $30 or $40 or so. Obviously, the prices will vary depending on how many gigabytes you get, that sort of thing. I went ahead and sprung for the 256 gigabyte one, and I didn't get a Switch specific one because honestly, all micro SD cards work the same. So as long as you get one that's big enough, it doesn't have to be anything specific for Nintendo or for the Switch. It's just a normal micro SD card that's 256 gigabytes. Now, why do I feel like it's been the best purchase? The first reason is because it's allowed me to buy games from Nintendo Switch Online and save tons of money. My children absolutely love the Lego series. All of the Lego games that are available on the Switch, we currently own, all of them. But I didn't buy them on Amazon. I didn't buy them on eBay. I didn't buy them at Walmart or Target or any of my local stores. I bought those Switch games on Nintendo Online. And I was able to do that on the Nintendo's eShop because I had this tiny little 256 gigabyte micro SD card. The games were downloaded directly to my SD card, right on my Switch, and then my kids were able to play them without switching cartridges and those sorts of things. But more importantly to me, I was able to get a deal on those. See, Nintendo runs sales on their eShop quite a bit. And they do this at different times. They do this around the holidays, but they also do this randomly. They do it in January for some random reason. They might do it in February. They might do it in March. And they almost always seem to be running a sale on some specific games. The Lego games have gone on sale about 4 times or so since I started watching them and since I started having the Nintendo Switch, paying attention to the eShop, those sorts of things. First time they were on sale, I paid between $12 and $15 for all of my Lego Switch games. So that was for Lego City Undercover. That was for Marvel Super Heroes 2 that was Lego as well. That was for Lego Jurassic World. That was for Lego Harry Potter. All of these I paid $12 to $15, even a couple of them I got for under $10. And for the cartridges on places like Amazon or eBay, these games were selling for $20 plus. So I saved almost 50% by having this little accessory for my Nintendo Switch. That is the number one reason why I feel like it was the best deal. Because instead of having to buy all these cartridges, I simply bought this accessory, this micro SD card, plugged it into my Switch, and then I was able to download all of these games for the eShop. I was able to save money by doing so, but also it's so much more convenient. And that's the next reason. Having this micro SD card is so much more convenient than having to deal with all of the cartridges. My children can swap from one Lego game to another without having to worry about taking out the cartridges or losing them or breaking them when they're trying to put them in and out. I don't have to worry about any of that because all of the Lego games are downloaded onto this micro SD card. I leave it inside of my Switch, stays inside of my Switch all the time, and all of the games run right off of the micro SD card. It's super simple, super easy, saves me tons of time because I don't have to go and swap the cartridges for them. Also saves me worry because I don't have to worry about them swapping out the cartridges. Now, as you can see, I do have some physical games here. These are ones that I bought personally for myself, or I just bought them because I found them locally or got a good deal on them, those sorts of things. But virtually all of the games on my Switch I have on this little micro SD card. And since it's 256 gigabytes, it can hold hundreds of different games. That's the third thing that I want to cover, how much space these micro SD cards used to have. Just a few short years ago, you wouldn't have a whole ton of space on micro SD cards and it wouldn't really be worth it. But you can get a 256 gigabyte one without any issue. You can get a 512 gigabyte one without any issue. They have even micro SD cards now up to 1 terabyte. Now, I doubt you'll ever have that many Nintendo Switch games, But you can buy these micro SD cards that are plenty enough room for your Switch, and you never have to worry about running out of space or deleting games or anything like that. All of it can be held right on your tiny SD card, right there in your Nintendo Switch. So that's why I feel this is the most important accessory that you can get for your Nintendo Switch, and why I feel like it was the best buy for me. Because it allowed me to save money by buying games through the Nintendo eShop. It also allows me to not have to fool with swapping them in and out and those sorts of things. And thirdly, it has so much space on it that I don't have to worry about, oh, it's going to run out of space, or I don't have to delete games and those sorts of things that you do have to worry about if you don't purchase the micro SD card and put it into your Switch. I hope that this video about the Nintendo Switch, and specifically this accessory for the Nintendo Switch, has been helpful. If it has, please be sure to hit that like button and then also subscribe to our channel. We do all sorts of videos all based around the Nintendo Switch, based around what console you should buy for your family, all the different games that you should buy for yourself, for your kids, those sorts of things right here on this channel. So be sure and hit that like button and subscribe. If you do have any questions or comments about this video or about the Switch in general, please be sure to leave those below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Have a great day.